guys, it's your girl Amanda again, and welcome to this edition of Win the Runway Live. Today I've got a very good friend of mine on Win the Runway Live with me. His name is Eji Benson. If you've not heard of Eji Benson before, Eji is a big New York City fashion designer. So as someone that develops collections and you're working with so many different brands, and it's kind of a vast array of brands. What do you think brands and designers are looking for in models?
They're looking for a muse, someone who connects to their brand vision in a sense, someone who personalizes their brand vision. I think that's become very important now as brands become more and more curated, more and more niche focused. So designers are looking for girls that are exemplary for their brands.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but when you say exemplary, what do you mean by that?
So like lingerie, for instance. Say brands like Fenty and
Mm.
and a few other upcoming brands like there are just a lot of brands, but what they are looking at are girls that they're like your next door girl, your next door neighbor, right? Someone you can
Okay.
relate to.
That's a very important thing you said because you're like brands are now going more away from the fantasy into reality. And do you think that's partly because of Instagram and all our social media channels?
Absolutely. I think social media has given brands an incredible opportunity to reach out and grab their customers, reach out and touch them, you know, and see them
Mhm.
physically, see their reactions. So instead of saying, I want to be on Vogue to be seen, well, you can reach out your people on Instagram Live or um, Facebook Live. Or just social media gives you such an incredible window to be seen from, and for you to see from too. I think this each girl is a supermodel in her own way. When the brands
Mhm.
find you, you are their supermodel when they find you. And it's about
Mhm.
being where they can see you.
The funniest thing about modeling is everybody thinks that modeling is this big thing. And I say it's not because there are models on every level. There's commercial models, hand models, foot models. It's like a job. You know what I mean? It's like they're just different people earning different amounts of money, doing different aspects of the career. So if your career starts out on Instagram, there's nothing wrong with that because you are still a model. Because a lot of questions I get asked is a lot of people say, oh, but if this model doesn't have an agency, like I met this photographer once and he goes, oh, I only work with models that have agents. And I'm like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, and he was like, oh, when and he had this thing, even though when he went to the agencies, they only gave him new faces. It's not, they didn't even really give him experienced models. So I was like, you could scout your new faces yourself. You don't have to only work with models with agencies.
There's just such an abundance of this, like just the girls, like the expression. So, from a design point, right, from a brand point, every girl is an expression. It's an expression of a look, right? And so, even for designers, they still have to choose a girl and an outfit, because some people just
Mhm.
express an outfit differently, and some people are just a better fit for an outfit. So, um, I do think if the girls take it upon themselves to express themselves, put themselves out there, get themselves well photographed by a photographer that they trust, so that they can be themselves, um, people will find you, especially if they're associated to platforms like yours.
Yeah, and what do you think about testing for models? How important do you think that is for you as a designer that the model is testing with a photographer or has taken professional pictures, you know, um, to help you in realizing what look, like just realizing if you want to book this model or not? Does that play into it?
For me, it doesn't. The reason why it doesn't is I feel like a look is a composition. When I say I want to shoot a pair of shoes or a coat,
Hmm.
I want to compose a story, right? So the designer, I mean, the girl,
Hmm.
the photographer, they are parts of that composition. So you have to compose, right? So they don't have to be
Okay.
super experienced, they don't have to be tested because you are creating poetry, you're creating a story, even though it's just a visual story. so they don't have to be tested.